What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at my dream come true. This is the Jurassic Park crossover with Transformers. Tyrannocon Rex versus Autobot Jp93. And, man, I am excited about this one. So this is a repaint of the Kingdom's Leader Class Beast Wars Megatron, as well as an all-new, brand spanking new 93 Ford Explorer. Ford Explorer? Yeah, Ford Explorer Jurassic Park vehicle JP93. Brand new Transformer mold. Really excited about this one. I bought this on Amazon for my copy, but there are many places that had it up for pre-order. You can see some Jurassic Park logos. They did a very long box, so it's going to be kind of hard to get it all in frame, but I will do my level best. You've got a little blurb about the characters here on the back, and I'll just show this for a second. You guys can pause the video if you want to read it. This is, of course, a officially licensed Ford product. That's pretty neat. You can, of course, scan to play some sort of weird Ford game, I guess. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so really cool. Very nice packaging. Cool window box with a crushed Jurassic Park vehicle in there. Even with the underside of the vehicle printed on that. That's really neat. It's going to make a very nice display for the figures. But yeah, I decided to not pick up the Kingdom's Megatron just because I had found out that this was coming out, and I figured, you know, I would get this instead. So I'm very excited. I've heard this is a very good mold, and I've heard decent things about Autobot Jp93 as well. So all in all, I'm just really excited to have this set in hand. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to open these guys up, get them all transformed or whatever, and I'll see you back here in about, I don't know, right now. Alright, everybody, so here we have Tyrannocon Rex and JP93 in their alt modes. I can't really say vehicle modes, I can't really say beast modes, so I'll just say alt modes. So there you go. Pretty nice. Let's take a quick look at Tyrannocon Rex, because a lot of you probably already have this mold as Beast Wars Megatron. Some even may have T-Rex already. I don't even know what the release date is on that, if that's out already or not. But yeah, it's a very nice looking Tyrannosaurus, and I can even show off the coloration that they used with as far as the Jurassic Park figures here. Obviously, this is a Mattel original, and then of course we have the Hasbro paint. But you can see that they very much tried to stick with a similar paint job and get that as accurate as possible to the film. We've got a little stumpy tail, but that's not the biggest deal in the world, of course. Lots of articulation here, and again, this is my first time with this mold, so I'm going to be going through it a little bit. If you're already familiar, then, you know, I do apologize. But so lots of articulation in the head here. The head can raise. It'll break up this neckline, but it's not too terrible. But it can get a little ridiculous. It can go side to side a fair amount. I believe you can even turn it a little bit. Yeah, just like that. And each piece of the skull, I guess, is separately articulated, so you can get a nice wide open mouth. Now, if I had one grievance against this dinosaur head, it's that the eyes are a little goofy looking. Tyrannosaurus looks like they're half asleep here. She looks like she's drugged or something. I don't know if that can be rectified. I don't know if the eyes are a separate piece. It looks almost as though they are, so I might be able to just pull that out and maybe just paint in some different pupils that are a little bit better. But overall, I think they did a great job on the sculpting here and the paint work for the most part. And the arms are on ball joints, so you can move those guys around a little bit. The legs are posable. They have this cool little channel up here at the hips, so it allows this whole panel to move independently with the, or concurrently with the leg underneath, even though they are in fact separate pieces. I think that's really cool. You've got a joint right here at the knee, and then you've got a nice joint at the ankle that does have a rocker. And a nice solid figure. This figure has a lot of heft to it. I'm very surprised. And of course the tail can move side to side. You get a little bit of up and down, just a tiny bit. You can swing the tip of the tail side to side as well, and you can even rotate it to get more motion out of that. So very, very nicely done articulation-wise on the T-Rex. But we'll just put her off to the side for just a second and bring in Jp93, the new mold here. So you can see it is a very nice representation of the 93 Explorer, and it is an Explorer. I don't know why my brain was like, I think it was, my brain was like thinking Ford Escape, just another E word, you know. So it's just having a little bit of a hard time, but it is absolutely a Ford Explorer here, and you can see the all the little details here for this fully electric rail system Explorer car, and it even has Explorer molded into it. So I don't know what was going on in my head. Really nice Jurassic Park logo on the side and on the hood there. Got the glass roof, very nicely done. Underneath, pretty basic figure overall, and you can see the gun just pegged in underneath. Quick size comparison on the car. Here is Siege Sideswipe, so you can get an idea of the size here. It's a very, very small deluxe figure. Honestly, I do wish that maybe we had gotten a Voyager out of here, at least in the same scale and size as Ectotron, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm pretty much happy to have anything, and this does mean, the size of this does mean that you can actually get Tyrannocon Rex here, which I think the addition of this figure adds more to it as a complete crossover set than just this figure would have alone. But that's just my opinion, and you guys are free to disagree. Anyway, rolls totally fine. Wheels are clipped on. You're gonna get that. You can't really escape that. It's just how things are these days. But that's really it for the alt modes. Let's go ahead and transform these guys up, and I'll see you guys in just a second for that. Hey, I did want to also add one note. You can attach the gun to the top of the car by this little post that's on here, and there's these two little slots here. You just tab that right in, and it'll stick to the top of the car. So you can totally have that going on if you want. That's all. Thanks. Alright everybody, as for transformation, we'll start again with the one that most of you are probably the most familiar with, and that's Tyrannocon Rex here. So first thing we're going to do, or the first thing I'm going to do, is go ahead and lift these panels on the legs, just like this. Just being careful not to break that slider. You can see under here the cool slider design that allows this to rotate. It can rotate even independently of the slider itself, so you can get a lot of actual movement out of those. So that's really, really nicely done. Then we're going to bring this whole section up, and it's going to fold in on itself and clip together just like that. And we'll just leave it like that for now. Alright? So the next thing we're going to do is come around here to the chest and just split these bits up here. Then we're going to split the T-Rex legs and unpeg the robot hips. There's a peg and there's a tab and a slot up here in black, and the tab is red, so you can kind of pick them out a little bit there. And then all of this will get rotated around like so. These neck bits will kind of just figure themselves out. They're on little spring hinges. So we're going to pull up the robot mode head and just clip that in place. And then this whole section comes up and rotates up all the way to kind of let the hips hang loose here. And we're going to go ahead and clip those into place like that, and then bring just this whole backpack up against the back of the figure. And these panels kind of get in the way a little bit here. There's a lot more we can do with the panels. I'm just kind of leaving them out of the way for now, just to kind of get everything settled. So now we're going to come down to the robot mode hips. Just be very careful pulling these pieces down. You got to kind of figure out the right leverage to use to get these down, and then clip the groin together, basically. So it might help to pull this out first, and then there we go. There you go, get that in, and then this side in, and then tab them together. And that's a little scary, and it's going to be even more scary trying to get them separated to transform back to the dinosaur again. But there you have it. So there we have the legs pretty much done. We're just going to take this piece, rotate it up, and then plug it back in. Do the same on the other side. This piece, rotate it up, plug it back in. And there you can already see we basically have Beast Wars Megatron with a different head happening here. Alright, we're going to go ahead to this arm, open these panels up, rotate this around, flip this out, and then the arm's going to come down like this. And actually, I usually just leave this tabbed on the bottom because it covers up that weird, you'll see there's just a big empty hollow spot under the arm. But this doesn't need to be flipped open to use this piece. And then I'll just kind of tuck that in like so. And that kind of becomes claw weapon. And then, of course, this arm just comes down and just kind of is a dinosaur head as a hand, as you do. Just straighten out the feet. And then we're going to come back here and fix this up. So these panels can fold in, just like so. Fold in, just like so. And then I typically leave these up, the dinosaur arms up, and then I'll bring these up and just kind of cover the dinosaur arms with those. So we've got kind of a big chunky backpack of sorts, but it's, you know, it's not the worst. It's just not the best. And then, yeah, you've got Tyrannocon Rex. Now, I have to say, for the size of backpack that she has, she's very, very stable. Like, even the fact that she doesn't actually really have heel spurs other than these tiny dew claws here. But they keep her upright pretty well, I have to admit. Let's get a close-up on that head. It's a very interesting head sculpt. It looks like maybe it was intended to be a Grimlock at some point or something, but makes a lot of crackling sounds, like the paint might be coming off or like it might be falling off of the ball joint, but I don't know. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, now if I did have a complaint about this figure is that everything it has as far as paintwork in dinosaur mode, it lacks very badly in robot mode. You really just get red and black, and that's it. That's just the color you get for the Dino mode. No little accents. It really could have used some silver accents, I think. Or even just a splash of green or something in there just to break it up a little bit. Maybe some yellow to tie in with the dinosaur's eyes. just in these vents, or, you know, along the teeth, or, you know, anything. Just anything else other than this just massive red and black. So that's a bit disappointing, but overall it's a really nicely done figure, especially in the dinosaur mode, which is pretty much where she'll be the entirety of her existence on my shelf. But, you know, it is what it is. You do get a little bit of butterfly action with this arm. It does move forward just to get out of the way a skosh. And this one either does not have the same effect or just is too stiff, but I don't know. But you do get rotation on both of these arms. You get outward like this, outward like this. You do get a bicep swivel on both arms. This arm has a fairly deep elbow bend, but still you're only getting about 90 out of that because of the dinosaur head. But you can get a lot of movement out of the, I guess, hand itself. And of course that does open up. You've got a bloosh point to steal a phrase inside the dino's mouth, so you can plug in weapons there if you so desire, or effects, of course. You do get a 5mm port in this hand, which can move up and down for reasons. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. So it can move up, but it doesn't have any effect on transformation, so that's a little strange to me. But whatever, you know, any articulation is better than no articulation. Of course, this claw can open and close. You still have the waggle on this this thing here. You do get waist rotation rather, which is interesting, especially considering how this transforms. You would expect to not get that. Legs are good, forward and back all the way. Outward is blocked by this piece, but you can move that out of the way to get more movement should you desire. The knees, you get a decent knee bend out of that. You do get a rotation at the knee, no rotation at the thigh, but you do get one at the knee. And of course, the feet can go up about that far, back pretty darn far, and do get that slight ankle tilt in there as well. And that's about it for articulation on our Tyrannocon Rex. So pretty cool, very nice figure overall. I'll just move her out of the way here, and we'll get our Jp93. So first thing we're going to do is remove the weapon. Put that right off to the side here. Next thing we're going to do is pull or open the doors, which is, well, I would say it's an awesome feature, but it leaves the window behind, so you're not really getting a cool opening door effect as much as you might like. Maybe you could do it from the front and kind of tell yourself that that's how cars work, but it also leaves half of the cars, half of the rear door on it as well. So, you know, you got that happening. All right, but next we're going to go ahead and pull the arms out here. Just like this. They're just going to slide out, and then they're going to rotate just like so. I'm going to pull this whole section down. It's going to bring the windshield out and up. And as you saw, the head already decided to pop up for you. I'll try and show you that again real quick. So once you get everything kind of loosened up, you're going to pull this down. The head's going to do a sort of kind of cool reveal, and then you just pop that Jurassic Park down again. You're going to bring these two side panels up all the way, and they'll lock into place with the wheels on the hood of the car. And then this can tab in underneath the chest, which does have these big hollow areas, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So, moving on to the legs, you're just going to pull the legs down, and they're going to just go into place here. Split them apart, and bring these panels out from the top, and they're going to come out and underneath to form the feet. And that's really it for the legs. That's pretty much it. You're just about done now. Bring the arms down. Flip out the hands. And just lock them into place. They'll just click, hopefully. Hopefully. There we go. And just click that into place. And last but not least, the top of the car has this really weird looking tab, and it's going to go into this very strange looking slot, and you're just going to line it up and tab it in. And it doesn't go in very far, at least it does not seem to, and I very much don't want to force it. It looks like it's supposed to go in farther. It really does. But I do not want to try and force it in any farther than it's willing to go easily. So there you have it. And there you have JP93, and we'll give him his weapon. And this is a very, very basic Transformer, but it's very obviously the Jurassic Park Explorer, and that pretty much makes up for any shortcomings it has, at least for me. So, first off, we'll take a look at the Robot Mode's head, and you can see it's very much a Robert Muldoon-inspired Robot Mode. He's got, like, the hat molded into his head. He's got the same kind of sharp facial features. He's even got pretty much the same gun. Like, it's the same sort of shotgun style that he had in the movie. So, that to me is pretty awesome. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. It's a little limited, but you do get some decent side-to-side with that. The eyes are blacked out, and I think they're supposed to be, like, light piped, but I can put this dude's head right up under a light and it doesn't do anything, so I'll consider them sunglasses, which is why the eyes are a little bit weirdly shaped. Arms, you get like that. They're just pinned universal joints. You get like that. Elbows are ball joints, so you get everything that you'd expect from a ball joint, including a little bit over 90-degree bend there. So that's cool. The wrists don't really do anything. They can go in and out, you know, as far as, you know, because of the transformation, but that's really all you're getting. This guy does not have a waist swivel, and I think that's pretty tragic and quite an oversight, considering he does not need it for transformation. And yeah, it's just kind of a bummer, but he does have thigh rotation, and this thing just popped right out of this tab. Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Popped right out of it. Anyway, so he does have thigh rotation. The hips are ball joints, so you get out side to side. He cannot hold his legs up, though. You get front. You can go back. Knees are super deep because of transformation. He can pretty much get, you know, as deep as you could possibly desire. He can kick himself right in the butt, and that's fine, I guess. And you do get a ankle tilt because, you know, we don't need waist swivels, but we need an ankle tilt. That's the thing. As long as we got our priorities in check. And he doesn't have a bicep swivel because he does have the ball joints, so he doesn't require those. But I think the coloration on this guy is fantastic. They really went above and beyond with the paintwork on this figure, up to and including the, you know, just the lines on the taillights and all the tampos and everything, logos. We've got the yellow hubcaps. So I feel like the budget obviously went into the paint on this figure and not as much into the engineering. But, you know, it's a fair trade-off. Again, this guy will probably spend the majority of his time in vehicle mode. but that's, you know, that's okay. And then, of course, to compare, here he is with Sideswipe again. So you can see he's a little bit taller than your standard current deluxe figure. So not too bad. And then here are the two of them together. Living the dream. So, yeah, overall, you know, neither of them are perfect figures. However, I think what they represent is absolutely fantastic. They really did a great job of capturing the Tyrannosaurus and the Jurassic Park Explorer. And, you know, for all of their flaws, I think these are absolutely fantastic set of figures, insofar as just the coloration, the overall thought and care that went into them. Even if the engineering budget wasn't necessarily all there, you can still tell that whoever made this really cared about Jurassic Park and wanted to make a good set of collectible figures. So I think they succeeded pretty well on that mark. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I know it was a longer one. Thank you for sticking around. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really does help me out, of course. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It's super easy. It's right there. And if you'd like to help me do more of this, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. The link should be down in the description below, and I really do appreciate that. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I want to thank you again for watching. I will see you all the next one. Bye for now.